Hey Kaustubh, welcome back to another episode of this video series where we are gonna break down on how students can study to score out of out for every particular subject. So previously we discussed on how to go about mathematics, science and English and Sanskrit. Now it's the time for social studies. So Kaustubh, how do they go about the subject of social studies? How do they start learning? Like how do they go about it?
I feel social studies is actually the easiest subject compared to science and maths. So I would recommend them to first buy the Oswald book. So in that there are questions and answers. So the first thing I would do is first finish off with civics, geography, economics, last history. Because history is a lot of mug up.
So for history, when you say mug up, do you mean to say just remember or just mug up the name of the kings or the kingdoms or the dates? Because I consider history more like a story of what happened, this happened, that happened, and what needs to be mugged up is the dates or the names of the kings or stuff like that. What do you think?
So I would not say mug up dates, kings, names, because it's not as important as what it's not the history what we think. So it's this way I wouldn't suggest. So what I would say is obviously remember history like a story. So there in history it's just more of content. It's not like you have to remember this date, this king's name. It's more of content. So history has a lot of content. So if they ask you a question, you have to write more compared to economics, civics or geography. Especially for economics, I didn't actually have a particular study pattern, study this much from this chapter. It's just mostly of common sense. If you write stuff what you know for economic answers, you are sure to get at least 70% of that questions.
Of the questions that belong to economics?
No. Like a question. No.
Okay, 70% of the marks for that particular question.
Example, it's for 5 marks. At least gonna get 3.5 or 4 if you write it on your own.
Got it. So you're saying that you need to give more importance to history?
Yeah, and so you finish off the subjects which are easy, like especially economics and geography are pretty easy. Geography is like actual memorization of place. This I would suggest finish off like civics first, because it has content also, like it has mug up part also, and it's easy to understand also. So civics is first, then you go to geography. Economics is very easy, so you'll finish in no time. Then you go to history.
Got it.
And the Oswald. So in the book, the questions are framed. You can write your own answers. It's not like you have to learn the same answers. It's about how the questions are asked. So for this question, how much you need to write? Is this enough? That's what is required. Because in social studies, you can't mug up. I'm pretty sure if you have less time, I'm pretty sure you can't memorize so much. So you should know for this question how much you need to write. I'm pretty sure those questions are going to be asked.
Guess what? I forgot to tell you guys something very important, and that is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So yeah, do subscribe to the channel to see more of such kind of videos, tips, tricks on studies and a lot of vlogs, right? So yeah, go. I mean, don't go anywhere, just hit the button right now and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and DM me if you've got any doubt, and I will be there to help you out. And I post a lot of things on Instagram which is very exclusive to Instagram and that cannot be posted on YouTube. So yeah guys, what are you doing? The first and the most important thing is right now to subscribe and go to Instagram and follow me there. So yeah. Oh yeah, also comment down. Let me tell me what you think about this particular video, and tell me what kind of video you'd like to watch. So yeah, back to the video. Got it. And again, how did you figure out about which questions to learn? So did you just go all in with Oswald's book, or did you like actually take previous year question papers?
Yeah, I took previous year's papers. In previous year's papers, I see from this chapter how many they give a page also on how much weightage is on which chapter. So in that way, I see 5 markers I should give this chapter, 3 markers I need to give this chapter, and 1 markers. Actually, you need to read the book once or twice, because 1 markers are going to be asked, and those 1 markers is the part where you're going to lose marks if you're going to lose.
Okay.
So I would.
So you'd suggest to focus more on the other marks and then go with the 1 marks?
Yeah, because 1 marks that's the part where you'll actually lose, because they're not going to give you a half mark if the answer is half correct or something like that. They're going to cut the marks completely.
Okay. So the place where you can actually score good marks is not the 1 markers but the rest of the questions. Okay. So Kaustubh, how do you go about writing notes for the subject?
So what I would say is, do not write notes. You have textbooks. Textbooks are like very useful at this time, especially for social. You can't make notes because chapters are very big, and making notes are just going to. I don't think so. It's too time consuming. Okay. So you should know underlining the points which are required, especially in social history. Underlining points which are required is a must, because most of the MCQs in history are from in between. So you may not that's the best thing. Do not write notes. Underline.
Underline, is it?
The points.
Okay. But you have to write notes some other way, right? Like, I mean, come on, you're learning so much, so there might be something that's very important that you need to write, right? So what do you do? Have you just underlined all the important things, or have you actually did you actually make notes? Not
I have made notes,
okay,
but then so I would think it as that is not going to fetch you as many marks, but then it's best. It's like when you write, right? You have that, okay, yeah, you have a little bit of memory within it. So what I would do is how I wrote my notes for each subject. I've written it differently. Like each civics different, geography different, and economics different. So what I did was, for history, I made points like in this moment. You write it like a story. Okay, this story goes like this. Just finish it in 4 lines. This topic should be done in 4 lines. Like just major points.
Got it.
Major words.
Got it. Okay.
So that's what I did for history. And for civics, I noted down what are the important parts, only the important ones, which are like, not everything in civics is important. Okay. So the things which are going to pointers, mostly the pointers are very important according to me. So I noted that down. And same with geography. Economics, I noted down mostly the questions which are asked, like how can they ask questions for this topic, like that.
Got it. So what I do is, usually for every chapter that I finish, of course I write notes, and what I do is after I finish that particular chapter, I make something called a 3-page note, where I summarize this entire chapter in just 3 pages.
Okay.
3 pages or 3 sheets, really depends on the chapter by itself. And in those 3 pages, I write down the summary, and I also write down really important pointers which I am frequently forgetting. Basically something, I write all those things that remind me of the entire chapter. So if I read those 3 pages, I know the entire chapter. That's the kind of notes I make. So
yeah, that's what even I would say. Just do that, but then do not waste a lot of time in writing those notes. You should write it like small major words.
Got it.
Because history is going to be like 30 pages, 1 chapter. You can't make, and you have 5 chapters like that. It's not going to.
So it doesn't make sense writing notes for these 5 chapters having 30 pages each.
So you should write it very briefly, like 1 page you should complete it in 4 lines, major words, this, so you remember, okay, because while writing at the exam, you'll remember those major words. Okay, that major word ke liye ye sentence likhna padega.
Got it. Okay. So Kaustubh, thanks a lot for this incredible insights on scoring out for social science. I'm not sure if I've said this in the beginning of the video, but Kaustubh's actually scored 93% in his 10th standard board exams last year. So I feel that's an amazing achievement for someone who just was scoring around 63% during their 8th and 9th. Correct, right? 63% during 8th and 9th. So from 63 to 93% says that anyone, regardless of having 43% or 33% or whatever, can definitely score 93%.
Yeah, and I would also like to say, social. Actually, throughout my 10th, that was my weakest subject, social. I was not scoring well. So, but the past 1 month, I just did what I just said, and actually I got 96% in social.
Got it.
Because you can see my 10th pre-board marks and all, it's just around 43 out of 80. So 43, 45, not much.
From there to all the way up to 96%. Crazy. All in 1 month.
All in 1 month.
Beautiful. So that clearly shows that even if you've not prepared, even if you did not do anything, given 30 days of time or even 7 days of time, you can score really good marks in social studies. Awesome. Thanks a lot for this, Kaustav. I wish you all the luck, all the optimism, all the best for your 11th, 12th and the upcoming years to go forward to.
Thank you.
See you then. Chalo.
Next.
Yeah.